The Dinka people are the largest ethnic tribe in South Sudan. They speak the Dinka language. They originate from the Jazeera, in present-day Sudan, and were said to have been ruled by the Kingdom of Alodia in the early century BC. The Dinka are one of three groups that gradually developed from the original settlers. The Dinka society spread out over the area in recent centuries, perhaps around AD 1500. They are mostly found in South Sudan. However, the Dinka are spread all over East Africa. Please subscribe as we look at 5 main Dinka practices. 1. The Dinka are cattle-raising pastoralists. They spend their whole lives looking after cows. These cows are owned in large entities, with one household owning up to hundreds of thousands of cows. The cows are of many use. For example, the male cow is used for honor and respect. The one who has the most healthy colored male cow is given at most respect. Also, the Dinka names like Mariel, Macuar, and etc. are derived from the male cows. In the morning and late evening, the Dinka apply a rop on the cows to fend off flies. A rop is a traditional remedy made from burning dry cow dung. This can be used for many activities, for instance coloring hair. It can also be used for brushing teeth. The Dinka also use cows for marriage. A Dinka bride can go for about 200 cows plus. In a Dinka society, marrying with a lot of cows is accorded with utmost respect. And the most obvious one is the cows are kept for milk. The Dinka onset from birth feed on milk till adulthood. Milk is believed to be the most important food to the Dinka, with 90% Dinka feeding on milk. The Dinka use cow urine for cleaning utensils. It is also used for making bongo milk. Two. Dinka traditional marks on the forehead. The main point of African scarification is to beautify, although scars of a certain type, size and position on the body often indicate group identity or stages in a person's life. These scars are a sign of adulthood. For example, during the cutting of the scars on the forehead, one is required not to shake, fearfully cry or even sweat. If one is strong enough to go through this test successfully, he is initiated into adulthood. The straight marks across the forehead are normally 6 to 8 in number. The marks are cut through the forehead by an adult using a sharp knife. The wounds take about 3 weeks to 1 month to heal completely. However, Dinka marks are of many types, and these vary according to sub-tribe. Three. Dinka traditional marriage. The Dinka traditional marriage represents one of the biggest events in a Dinka land. It is accorded with the most respect as it is a unifying factor. Having a good name in a Dinka society is inevitable, so everyone fights for that. A daughter whose father does not have good records in a Dinka society may end up without marriage. In a Dinka marriage, many things are considered. Both parties have to be satisfied with the marriage outcome. The eldest uncle from the bride's family has the final say. If he is satisfied with the cows presented, the marriage will go ahead. However, if he is not, the marriage will break down. This uncle is the first of many to select their finest cows from the group presented. Most times, he selects 10 to 20. In a Dinka land, girls are very expensive. This comes as no surprise as they are very beautiful. An average Dinka girl is married off for about 100 to 200 cows. The actual amount depends on the father or the uncles who make the price. They name their price, which must be fulfilled, otherwise there won't be any union. After the marriage has been concluded, the girl is taken to her in-laws by a group of women who get a bull as appreciation. They eat their bull for a few days and leave. Four. Millet consumption. The Dinka people are the biggest millet consumers in the whole world. An average Dinka man plows about 10 acres of millet every year during the dry season. Once ready, the millet is then sorted and packed in granaries. These granaries preserve the food for a number of years without any damage. The millet in granaries can be picked any time to be prepared for daily consumption. Due to its dryness, it is first soaked into water for a few hours to soften it. It is then transferred into a mortar and pestle for breakage into tiny particles. This can take a few hours. Others transfer it to the low grinding stone. It is then cooked in a saucepan, after which food is ready and served. Five. Dinka traditional worship. The Dinka worship many gods depending on sub-tribe. However, the most notable name for God across all Dinka sub-tribes is Jok. Jok is a name for ancient spirits that stands directly for ghost. The Dinka offer sacrifices to their gods seasonally. These can be cows or goats. The sacrifices are made and blood poured to the ground. It is assumed that the gods sack up the blood from the surface of the earth. Before the sacrifices take place, there's a dance performed around the sacrificial lamb. The elders then talk to the gods in a unique way before stabbing the lamb with big machetes. The blood spilled to the ground, the meat eaten. These gods are believed to watch over the Dinka for safety. They are believed to also bring rain, pastures and other good luck. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.